Good morning. I wanted to share today a practice with you that you might do in the mornings that can really set the tone for your day. It's around the concept of enoughness. So I'd like to guide you through a little bit, what might warm this concept up for you in this practice. So when you think of enough, what comes to mind? Just thinking of it right now. And then, if you're comfortable doing so, close your eyes for a moment. And when you think of enough now, what comes up in your body? Maybe just inviting you to breathe a little bit. Notice your breathing. And then just to say softly to yourself or in your mind, enough. What comes up for you? Where is your attention drawn right in this moment in the body? And I'd like to invite you to trust that, not to question that right now, not to question what it means to try and figure that out. There is no right or wrong answer to this question. What does enough feel like in the body? There's no one judging you right now. Everybody has their own experience. And you might not understand what it means that's coming up for you, and that's okay. Because noticing is just the first step in starting to gain a deeper understanding of what this enoughness brings up in you. And so for many of us, enough might bring up, I have had enough. It might be an imposing certain boundaries. It might be communicating certain boundaries. It might be a concept of enough as in pushing away. But what I'd like to take us to is a place of where enoughness means contentment and satisfaction. So this could potentially be quite foreign to you, could be quite hard to grasp. Certainly intellectually, maybe you do understand it intellectually, but that doesn't mean that you really understand it, that you really have a sense of it. What does enoughness mean in terms of satisfaction and contentment? How does that feel in the body? And if you don't really have a concept of that, and it takes time for you to sense into things, to feel into things like it does for me, then just start small. Just like with anything that's challenging, just start small. So for me, just to give an example, my sense of enoughness really lives in the belly. And I do love food, so that could be part of it that I can really easily tap into when I've had a really satisfying meal that leaves me really content and joyful and happy. So maybe you'd like to remember a time when you've had that kind of experience, and just to notice how and where you sense things when you tap into that experience, when you imagine that. And to notice what comes up around this sense of enoughness. And for somebody else, it might be an enoughness in the presence of loved ones, of a loved one, a place, a presence of someone where you feel safe and loved. That deep sense of peace that can come from being with someone like that. Simply being content in the moment. And then for anybody else, it might be simply finding or imagining yourself in a really safe and peaceful place. A beautiful place, a place that is just yours, that feels really sacred to you. And so you might imagine what you are doing in this place. If anybody's there with you, what are they doing? How are you interacting? Who are the other beings in this place? Are there lots of plants? Is there a river running? Is it in nature? Is it somewhere else? It could be also an actual room or a space that's indoors. And so just tapping into how it feels to feel enough, or contentment, or satisfaction, or whatever word you would like to describe, where you just feel that nothing else is needed right now. This is the perfect moment. This is, I'm just here, and that's all that matters. And so this is, of course, happening very fast here, and normally it takes time to tap into these places, and normally I will gently guide you through with time so that you have time to really feel and sense into what it means to feel enough. And I would invite you to reflect on this as well after you've had the experience, whether that's to journal or to draw or to paint, or just simply be in that presence of that feeling and sensation and see what comes up. Because the goal is simply to explore. There really isn't any other goal. It's to experience and to explore. And you might be wondering, why on earth would I practice this? Well, I mentioned at the beginning that it can really set the tone for the day, especially if you're a solopreneur who's working on their own and who has a lot of things to do. And it can be so easy to start to feel like you're not doing enough, that there's so much to do, and like, how on earth are you going to fit everything in? And then you bump into a challenge. Like for me, the technical stuff is always a challenge, and I can often feel that I just don't know enough to do this, and I'm just not qualified, and am I ever going to master this? And so just starting the day with that sense of groundedness and already knowing that however you are and whatever you are giving into the world is enough, is a beautiful thing. It can really help just set the tone for the day. And if you feel it in your body, then you can tap into that feeling consciously when you're feeling stressed or in a challenging situation. It takes practice, but it's possible. And so in the nutshell, why practice this is, why not go to a peaceful place, right? Why not invite peace and calm and contentment in your life? It would be so wonderful to always live from that place, wouldn't it? And you are taking your nervous system with you to that place. So everything that's shouting at you that, you have to deal with this and this, or, you need to do more, you are not enough, everything is scarce, you must be constantly on the lookout for opportunities or danger even, all of that just falls away when you go into this peaceful place. And that's really a really restful place to be, and can really, really help just calm things down for you. So that's my little nugget for you on enoughness. And I will be hosting a local workshop soon. I'm going to pop the details in the link below and post this video in the actual event as well. And so if you'd like to come, please comment and I'll send you the details if you need those. And if you would like to explore more of these kinds of concepts to support you in your life, if you're a solopreneur who needs some help to just tap into that inner resource, that inner guidance that can really guide you through your days and help you be inspired and help you really resolve or start to chip away at any overwhelm that you start to feel during your day with all the things you have to do, I invite you to come and join my Joyful Breaks membership, which is a membership for solopreneurs. It helps you balance your to-do list with self-care through sensory movement meditations, which I guide twice a day. And they just help you stop what you're doing, come into this place of peace and calm, and redirect your energy for whatever you're going to do after the mini break. I call them mini breaks. So I invite you to check out Joyful Breaks and or the local event that's coming up, and hopefully see you at one of them. Thank you.